Welcome back to night one of the NFL Draft, round one, Scott Sports 101 NFL Draft Edition. We're now 32 minutes and 50 seconds away from the opening of round one of the NFL Draft. Now we're going to check the state of the Browns roster. Uh, with the different moves made in free agency and the influx of young talent with the draft this year, and over the last 3 years without a first round pick, Barry believes that the roster sits in a solid spot. Barry also thinks the Browns have a strong Nicholas on their team, as well as a pool of young veteran players. We've been pretty systematic in terms of how we're going to deploy our picks, our dollars, how we were going to manufacture picks to make it up uh, with a high volume and with high volume, Barry said. So we feel pretty good about where the roster sits, and we're feeling pretty good about that too. We still do. That doesn't mean there won't be changes to the roster throughout the remainder of the offseason. Barry views the acquisition cycle as one that begins in March and runs through the trade deadline, even with the high volume moments uh, uh, of transactions, excuse me, come in, free agency and the draft. Barry does not believe that any roster is a finished product at the beginning of May. And that is absolutely true. And no roster is absolutely finished at the beginning of May. And I just feel that that is a very true statement. So that is a very true statement, and I got to tell you, I believe in that. I agree wholeheartedly with that. Uh, now, they were 11-6. Now the Browns were 11-6 the last season, and with Watson being out and Joe Flacco saved their season, but they weren't able to get past the Houston Texans in the wild card game. Now the Browns do not have a pick until round two on Friday, as I mentioned earlier. And with pick number 54, now the Browns' big question is, will the Browns take an offensive lineman or a wide receiver with pick 54 in round two? And only time will tell. And what will Andrew Barry and the Browns do during this first round? I don't think they'll do anything. They'll be sitting and watching what happens. We'll see if they make a move or not before tomorrow, but they won't make a move until tomorrow. And so I do feel that the Browns will make some picks, but I do hope that the Browns do try to take offensive lineman Blake Fisher from Notre Dame, because that could be a huge upgrade to the Browns' offensive line. Now, out of all 32 teams in the NFL, certain teams will make and could be making surprising moves in each round of the NFL draft. And there is speculation that the New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos are interested in J.J. McCarthy, the quarterback at Michigan. He's a junior, and he really put up big numbers with the Wolverines last season, and he really has some big pass rushing numbers too. And but there are some speculations with other teams as well. And there's something that's going to talk. I'll let you know that a little bit later. McCarthy is an enigmatic quarterback, lacking the measurables and splash throws associated with early round quarterbacks, but processing elements quarterbacks, but processing elements, excuse me, that require more study and consideration. McCarthy lacks thick, thick thickness and a plus arm, and he is fairly poised in the pocket, but is average as a pocket passer. His ball placement and timing need to improve to help mitigate, excuse me, an average operation time due to a wind-up release. McCarthy doesn't seek to play out of structure, but is fairly consistent at making ramps up his focus late in games and on third downs. Now he is confident and seems to have the ability to take slights and digest it as competitive fuel. McCarthy should continue to improve as a passer, but he fails to stand out in many of the areas that tend to be predictive of the top level success in the NFL. Now, here's another. It's been predicted that the Minnesota Vikings could take J.J. McCarthy with the number 5 round pick overall in round 1, but I don't know if that's going to happen because because there's something that's been the talk of the season. I'm going to let you know that in just a moment. There are so many players' lives. There are so many players' lives that will change forever these next 3 days. So. It's going to be exciting and intense. Now, there's also this is something that's been the talk of the season. There's also speculation that Jim Harbaugh and the Los Angeles Chargers could take J.J. McCarthy with the 11th pick and trade Justin Herbert to Minnesota, and I think that's what's going to happen. And my sports co-anchor Keith Norman, who was my partner down at Magnolia Clubhouse when I filmed sports on Thursday, and is a regular calling guest on the Big Show with Tony Rizzo Wednesdays. Sports Radio AMA 50, WKNR, he feels the same way. He thinks that's going to happen too. We'll have to see who and what teams will trade up in each round of the draft and who will trade back and trade down in the draft. And it does appear certain will take that the it doesn't appear certain that the New England Patriots. It does appear certain that the Patriots will take Southern California quarterback Caleb Williams with the number 1 pick overall. That very well could be, but I don't think the Patriots have. The Patriots have number 3. The Bears are those. So they'll take it with the number 3 pick. Or will the Bears take him? We'll never know. We'll have to wait and see when the draft gets underway. And we are now 23 minutes and 30 seconds away from it getting underway. There will be plenty of opportunities for Chos with so many quarterback-needy teams and 4 top quarterbacks proceeded to come off the board early. And several teams are rumored to be considering options to trade up, while certain teams with top 5 picks may be weighing options to trade back. Now, it is speculated that, as I mentioned, that Drake May, the quarterback from the University of North Carolina, may land with the Patriots, and I think that will happen too. I think it's going to happen because Caleb Williams, I think the Chicago Bears are going to take him with the first pick. And right now, the Seahawks rivals, the Los Angeles Chargers, are looking to trade into the top 10 in the first round. So, and that the Rams are looking to make a really big move on day one, which is round one of the NFL draft, and we are now 22 minutes and 10 seconds away from it getting underway. Uh, and I think really, I think it's going to be really, really intense. This draft is going to be, I think, and I think there's going to be a lot of trade downs and trade backs in this draft, and I got to tell you, I really think there's going to be a lot of trade backs. The trades up, and trade backs. I think a lot will be happening with that. And they really and it really will be an intense first round, and all the rounds will be intense. So we will see. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens, and we will just because we are getting closer. We are getting closer to the start of the NFL draft. We're about 20 minutes and 40 seconds away from it. And I really think this is going to be a really intense first round. And I just really, really think really it's going to be an intense first round, I think. So we shall see. And there's going to be, we may have some surprising trades. We may have them. We could have some surprises. And right now, Andrea Davis is performing right now. But the Rams could make a big move and big splash on this. And I got to tell you, this is going to be an intense first round, I think. So we will see what happens in this first round. And uh, now the Rams, they still have Matthew Stafford from last year, and hopefully they do want to make a big move. And we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back. I want to talk more about the draft. We're getting closer, so stay with us. We got a lot more to come. Be right back.